That is secondary to the important question which I'm trying to ask you, which you have not answered.
I have answered that.
No,
I did not think that was a major story. That's an issue of judgment, not an issue of corruption.
Correct. I do not buy...
So please try and distinguish between those two.
No, I do not buy that argument, because here it is very important to know that this is a corporate person who's trying to mediate between two political parties. And you're saying that you missed this story because of an error of judgment.
No, I didn't say that. My error of judgment was not in regard to that decision.
So
I'm sorry.
Why did you
putting words in my mouth.
No, why didn't you report that story is my question, which you have not answered.
I have answered by saying I didn't think it was that big a story.
You didn't think that it was that big a story?
No, I didn't. I didn't think it was that big a story.
I believe that is the biggest story of the decade.
Perhaps. But that's a debate about judgment. I don't call up open and say, why did you do this story and why didn't you do that story? That's not a debate on corruption.
So Barkha, what you're saying, let me understand you correctly. What you're saying is that you did not think that the fact that a PR person was mediating between two political parties is an important story. Is that what you're saying?
You know, I think, forgive me for saying so, but I don't think you have a full understanding of how political journalism and politics works. Okay?
No, I can take lessons from you later, but can you just ask me why you did not
how many times am I going to answer the same question?
Because you're saying that you didn't think it was a big story.
Manu, we're not in a court of law, and I haven't committed a crime, nor have many other people on those tapes that you published.
I'm not saying I'm morally superior to you, but I'm saying you've not answered the question.
Sure, but she's answered by saying error of judgment. Now, you are free to believe that or not. But if you're saying it's not error of judgment, then what do you see it as? Corruption.
Judgment can happen in 2009. The story again broke in 2010. NDTV did not report, even in 2010, that a person called Neera Radia was mediating between two political parties. So it was an error of judgment in 2009 and 2010.
It is such a gross distortion to say that a lobbyist was mediating between two parties. I am sorry, Manu, please forgive me for this, but this is not how cabinets are formed. I find there's a complete exaggeration to suggest that lobbyists influence the Prime Minister's choice.
No.
I do not believe that happened here for even a second.
Nor do journalists.
Nor do journalists. I'm glad to hear that. So think of that before you label them the next time.
But what I'm trying to say is, now this is a person who is very
powerful. I think
if you want to move on from the question, it's all right, but I have to place on record that you have not answered it.
I think let us
know. It is very unconvincing for an editor of a news channel to say that this is not a story.
Let us accept.
Any cub reporter will say that this is the story of the decade.
Well, Manu, look forward to seeing the story at open.
Barkha, Manu, let us just take the point. Let's see Barkha's side of it. I am a managing editor of NDTV, so I also have interest in it. Let me just make the point that she has said error of judgment, and your tapes do not show that she's actually reached any political party. The furthest she's reached is Barkha, and her claim of Kani Mori.
No, that only Barkha knows.
So
let's not forget. In some of the transcript, now Raja has more information than Barkha.
Anyway, let us open.
I want to ask the editor.
Can I ask you some questions as editor?
So Barkha, let us go to Mr. Padgaonkar.
Would you be able to defend? Excuse me. You sent me an SMS message. You're talking about ethics of journalism. Firstly, you take raw data. You take raw data and you publish it without context, without talking to the principals, without any follow-ups. When I write you an SMS saying this sounds like a smear campaign, you send me an SMS back saying there's nothing remarkable in your conversations, you will not be embarrassed, and then you go further to say, I am personally unhappy that the word go-between was used for you in the strap. You are an editor, you're questioning my judgment. As I should. You publish my private conversations. How do you defend the ethics that you follow in this story?
I can answer all your questions, and I promise I'll answer all these questions. But you have not answered. You have not answered the central question.
Manu, will have to end with it saying that you feel she didn't answer it.
No, that is not enough. It's an error of judgment of enormous proportion.
But Manu, that is your view. She said no.
I can answer you.
Please do. But that is your view. So we've accepted that you feel this. She feels differently. But we have to leave it at that point.
There are two questions.
I just want to come in here to say something.
Yes.
If this is a genuine debate about media ethics, which is a very welcome debate. If this is a debate over in what situations are people too close to their sources, should there be more distance, I think that's very well taken. I think that's accepted. I think I've acknowledged that. I've put that on the table. But if this is a debate about media ethics, the ethics debate must expand to look at the style of journalism that has been employed by both of these magazines, that have taken raw material without context, without verification, without corroboration, and used it to smear personal reputation.
No, that was not our